Here's the truth about passive income, right at the start, because the internet has been lying to you about it. Real passive income exists, but it is never free and never truly effortless. Every genuine source of passive income requires one of two things upfront: a large amount of money or a large amount of work done in advance. There is no third door. Anyone selling you passive income with no capital and no effort is selling you a fantasy, usually with themselves as the only one earning. So the real question isn't, how do I get money for nothing? It's, which do I have more of right now, money or time and effort, and how do I convert it into income that keeps paying after the work is done? The rest of this video shows you exactly what actually works, the honest math of how much you need, which popular passive income ideas are traps, and how a normal person really builds income that flows while they sleep. No hype, just the mechanics the gurus skip. Let's get into it. I'm Mr. Finance. I put real numbers on the money dreams everyone sells and nobody breaks down honestly. If that's your kind of thing, subscribing takes one tap. Now, what passive income actually is? Let's define passive income properly, because the fantasy version is what gets people scammed. Passive income is money that keeps coming in after the main work is already done. The key word is after. It's not money for no work, it's money for work or capital you invested earlier that keeps paying out later. And there are only two doors into that room. Door one, money up front. If you have capital, you can put it into things that pay you just for owning them: dividends from stocks, interest, rental property. The money does the working. This is the most genuinely passive kind, but it requires already having a substantial amount of money, which is exactly what most people are trying to build in the first place. Door two, work up front. If you don't have capital, you can build something once that pays repeatedly: a digital product, a piece of content, a book, a course, a business system. You do the hard work first, often for months with little or no pay, and then it can earn while you sleep. This door is open to people without money, but it demands real, sustained effort before any reward, and most attempts don't work out. Here's the honesty anchor the whole topic hinges on. Nearly all passive income is actually deferred, active income. You front-load the effort or the money and collect later. Once you accept that, you stop looking for the impossible free version and start doing the one that actually works. There is no passive income without an upfront price. The only question is whether you pay it in dollars or in effort. Let's start with the most reliable, most boring, and genuinely most achievable form of passive income for an ordinary person: owning investments that pay you. When you own broad index funds or dividend-paying stocks, they can pay you in two ways. Some companies pay out a slice of their profits to owners, called dividends, real cash landing in your account just for holding the shares. And beyond that, the investments themselves tend to grow in value over time, which you can eventually draw from. Own enough, and the income arrives whether you work that day or not. This is the passive income the wealthy actually rely on, not gimmicks, just capital that pays rent. But here's the honest math, and it's the part gurus never show you. To generate meaningful passive income this way, you need meaningful capital. A common safe guideline is that you can draw about 4% of an investment portfolio per year as income. That means every $1,000 a year of passive income you want requires roughly $25,000 invested. Want $1,000 a month, $12,000 a year, you need around $300,000 invested to produce it safely. That number is sobering, and I'm showing it to you on purpose. It reveals why passive income is not a shortcut past building wealth. It's the reward for having built it. You don't skip the saving and investing. The saving and investing is how you buy the passive income. The good news is, you build that capital the same boring way we always talk about. Invest consistently for years, let it compound, and eventually the pile is large enough to pay you. It's slow, it's real, and unlike the schemes, it actually works. This door requires patience and capital, but it asks for no special talent, and it's available to anyone who keeps investing. Now the door for people who have more time and skill than money, building something once that can be sold or used many times over. The classic examples are digital products: an online course, an ebook, a template, a piece of software, a design, music, or content that earns ad or sponsorship revenue. The magic here is that digital things can be copied infinitely at almost no cost. You write the book once, it can sell 1,000 times. You record the course once, it can teach 10,000 people. The upfront work is real and heavy, but the payoff can repeat long after the work is done. That's genuine passive income earned through the second door. But here is the brutal honesty, because this is where dreams go to die. Most digital products and content earn very little. For every course that prints money, there are thousands that sell a handful of copies. The upfront work is genuinely hard, often takes many months of unpaid effort, and most attempts simply don't succeed. This isn't passive, it's a business, with all the risk of a business. The passive part only kicks in if you build something people actually want, and that part is not guaranteed no matter how hard you work. So treat this door with clear eyes. It has the lowest money barrier and the highest effort and risk barrier. It can absolutely work. Real people build real income this way. But it is not the easy path the ads pretend. It's starting a business, accepting you might fail, and doing months of work before you know if it'll pay. Go in knowing that, and you'll make far smarter choices than someone chasing the fantasy. Let me protect you from the traps, because passive income is one of the most abused phrases online, and the scams follow a pattern. Trap 1. Things sold as passive that are actually a full-time job. Many rental properties, for example, can be a real source of income. But a single tenant, a broken pipe, or a bad month turns passive into very active work fast. Real estate can absolutely build wealth, but calling it effortless is a lie. It's a business with landlords doing real labor. Go in expecting work, not a hammock. Trap 2. High-risk bets dressed as steady income. Anything promising you large, guaranteed, effortless monthly returns is either extraordinarily risky or an outright scam. Real passive income from safe sources is modest and slow. If the promised return sounds amazing and certain, the risk is being hidden from you, and your capital can vanish. Trap 3, the most common one online. The course about making passive income, sold by someone whose actual income is selling that course. Their passive income is you buying it. If someone truly had an easy, repeatable money machine, the last thing they'd do is sell the blueprint cheaply to strangers. Be deeply skeptical of anyone whose main product is teaching you how to get rich. The money is usually flowing from your pocket to theirs in one direction. The honest filter for all of it, if it promises high returns, no risk, and no work, all at once, it's a lie. Real passive income offers at most 2 of those 3, never all 3. Hold that filter up to every opportunity, and most of the noise disappears instantly. Let's run through the passive income ideas everyone searches for and put an honest verdict on each so you don't waste years on the wrong one. Index funds and dividends, the most genuinely passive, lowest effort, lowest drama option, and the one the wealthy actually use. Verdict: real and reliable, but you need capital, and it's slow. This is the foundation for most people. High-yield savings accounts and treasuries, truly passive, truly safe, but low returns that mostly just keep pace with inflation. Verdict: great for your emergency cash, not a path to real income on its own. Rental real estate can produce strong income and build wealth through leverage, but it's the least passive of the passive options. Tenants, repairs, vacancies, and management are real work. Verdict: powerful, but it's a part-time job, not a hammock. Great for the right person who knows what they're signing up for. REITs, a way to own real estate through the stock market without being a landlord, paying dividends like a stock. Verdict: genuinely passive real estate exposure, a solid middle ground for people who want property income without the toilets and tenants. Digital products, courses, and content, lowest money barrier, highest effort, and risk. Verdict: can absolutely work and scale beautifully, but it's a business that most attempts fail at, and the passive part only arrives if you build something people truly want. Go in as a founder, not a dreamer. Affiliate marketing, print on demand, and the rest of the online hustle menu, same story as digital products, only more crowded. Verdict: a real business with real competition, occasionally lucrative, never effortless, and heavily oversold by people selling courses about it. Notice the pattern down the whole list. The more genuinely passive something is, the more capital it needs. The less capital it needs, the more work and risk it carries. That trade-off never disappears. It just moves around. Pick the idea that matches what you actually have to spend, money or effort. So, how does a real person, without a trust fund or a viral course, actually build passive income? The unglamorous truth, usually through the first door, one boring step at a time. You earn money from active work, a job, a hustle, whatever pays. You keep your spending below your income and invest the difference consistently into broad, low-cost index funds. Over years, that capital compounds and grows into a real pile. And eventually, that pile is large enough that its returns and dividends become genuine passive income. Money arriving without you working for it that day. You used active income to buy passive income. That's the actual path, and it's the one almost every quietly wealthy person walked. If you also have skill and energy, the second door can accelerate things. Build a product or content on the side, accept the risk, and if it works, funnel that extra income into the same investments. The two doors aren't rivals. The smartest approach often uses active income and any side project income to buy more of the capital that eventually pays you passively. Effort today, converted into ownership, converted into income tomorrow. That's it. No secret, no shortcut. Passive income is what you get after you've built something, capital or a product. The building is the whole job. Anyone who tells you otherwise is selling the fantasy, and you now know exactly why it's a fantasy. So, the truth about passive income, it's real, but never free. Every genuine source demands either capital upfront or hard work upfront. There is no door that skips both. The most reliable path is investing consistently until your capital is large enough to pay you, roughly $300,000 for $1,000 a month. The other path is building something once that sells many times, which has low money cost but high effort and real risk. And anything promising high returns, no risk, and no work all at once is a lie. Passive income isn't a way around building wealth. It's the reward for having built it. Pay the price at one of the two doors, and the income that flows while you sleep is completely real. Passive income is one of the most oversold ideas on the internet, and now you can see straight through the hype. It exists, it's worth building, and it will pay you for years, but only after you've paid its price in money or effort first. The people living off it didn't find a shortcut. They walked through one of the two doors and did the unglamorous work behind it. I won't pretend the numbers are small or the effort is light. $300,000 of capital or months of unpaid building is a real ask. But both doors are open to an ordinary person willing to be patient, and unlike the schemes, they actually lead somewhere. Boring, real, and yours if you start. I'm Mr. Finance. Subscribe if you want more of this, the honest math behind the money dreams, no hype. And tell me in the comments, which door fits you better right now? Do you have more money to invest or more time and skill to build something? I read every single one.